everybody back to a brand new episode of the Bro and Gal Podcast. I'm Tyler Peters, and with me I have my cousins and my sister, Ashley. So, guys, Jamie, Alice, and Trey, well, welcome back. Hello. Alice, why do you have a mask on? COVID's over?
Because my dad gave me
okay.
He had.
Anyway, moving on. and we have two new guests joining us, our cousins Evan and Emma Peters. And yes, everybody at this table is a Peters. So yeah, this is the circle of Peters. So.
Circle of Peters.
I'm changing that in the group chat.
Okay. So to start off, how's everybody's week? Good?
Good, great.
It just started Monday.
It just started, yeah. It's Monday.
Yeah, I had to wake up. I went to work yesterday.
Yeah.
And I had to wake up at 4 this morning.
I had to work.
The week's going off pretty.
Evan's a hard
sorry.
worker.
I'm not supposed to work on Saturday.
Everybody's working hard.
I work 12 hours on Friday and 13 hours on Saturday.
Yeah, teachers
turn around and
take
get
days
another-
off throughout the summer. That's
Right.
Fine.
Period.
That's
That's how it works.
Okay, so to start off, let's talk about y'all's trip. So how was the convention?
It was really good. We went to the Southern Baptist Convention, represented our church, so we got to do all of the voting and everything, got to see all of the different things for the convention as you do. We got to hear one of the pastors for the pastors conference, which was fun, Dr. Smith. Dr.
Yeah.
Smith,
Yes.
it was really good.
Yes.
Until he almost
He
died
was
on
really
stage.
good.
He almost died on stage?
He was really into his message. He was talking about preaching the word and staying true to the word, and then he looked like he got like really weak on stage, and then ended his thing pretty early.
Yeah,
and
he started praying. He
was-
said, "Lord." He started talking about if my time has come.
Oh,
And he got like posted up on his thing. He said, "I feel weak."
Oh
And
my
he
God.
said,
We're
"Amen."
This is the
And
truth.
he had to have
Oh,
some help
man.
walking off the stage.
Oh my
But
goodness.
it's very fitting for what he was preaching. So this is what he was preaching. It said, "I solemnly charge you before God and Christ Jesus, who is going to judge the living and the dead, and because of his appearing in his kingdom, preach the word. Be ready in season and out of season. Correct, rebuke, and encourage with great patience and teaching. For the time will come when people will not tolerate sound doctrine, but according to their own desires." Thank you. Will multiply teachers from themselves because they have an itch to hear what they want to hear. They will turn away from truth and will turn aside amiss. But as for you, exercise self-control in everything, endure hardship, and do the work of an evangelist, fulfill your ministry. This is where he started getting weak. For I'm already being poured out as a drink offering, and my time for departure is close.
That is good. That's
I
good.
have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith.
He didn't read that. He prayed.
He
that.
prayed this. There is reserved for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give me on that day, and not only to me, but to all those who have loved his appearing. I'm not joking. It
I was
was
sitting there
perfect
like this.
timing, but it was very worrying timing.
Did anybody laugh in the middle of it?
No.
No.
Thank goodness. No, everyone was looking at the screen or looking at it going, what is going on right now?
And in other news, like he's one of those preachers that doesn't take a Bible up onto the stand.
Yeah.
He immediately he can
No,
quote it.
not because he doesn't preach from it, but because he quotes it directly.
Yes, he quotes it directly, like the entire passage. He did word for word.
But yes, like I did interview him like this past January, and he's awesome.
Dr. Smith?
Yes, it's on my YouTube channel. So
Wow.
Yeah. So
Period.
yeah.
So go check out the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Period.
Fingers Film Productions,
Period.
everybody,
Shout
in
out.
case you
Just a
forgot.
little shout out.
But yes, hey, like, did you get a chance to talk to him?
No, but he had to leave afterwards. So.
Man, like, if I had known light that you were gonna be there, like, I wish you had gone up to him and said, "Hey, I'm Tyler Peters."
There was a lot. There was like 10,000
Yeah,
people.
but
Yeah.
man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but it was a good time. We got to see a lot of pastor friends and things, so that was fun. Got to see Shane and Shane for free
Oh
concert,
yeah.
so that was
We
good.
met
I met
we
him.
met Clint Presley,
Who is the
the president of the Southern Baptist Convention.
Period.
so that was fun.
So this was a really interesting. This is the first night. It's like 7 o'clock in the night. We're walking out of the Southern Baptist Convention, and Clint Presley comes up to us, and he goes, "Hey, brother!" to my dad. He goes, "It's been so long since I've seen you." He said, "Remind me of your kids' names." He's like, "Jamie, Alex,
And Trey.
Trey." And he's never met us before in his life,
But he acted like he knew us.
I now have the memory of I know Clint
That is
Presley.
hilarious.
And so that, yeah.
So that was fun.
Did y'all
Yeah.
run into Aunt Mia?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Oh,
Her
speaking of, that is my favorite of the siblings. I have to say. I
She
have
wrote
to
a
say.
book.
She did.
Sorry.
She wrote a kid's
I love you,
devotion.
Dad, but
We got
The
two
Prophets.
copies of it, so we were pretty
Oh
excited.
yeah, I also want
I love
a
your dad,
pickleball
I love my dad,
paddle
too.
from
Oh,
University of
my-
I
Alabama.
did see
I have to
that.
I
rub
saw
it in-
that.
I have to
That was
rub it
really
in on
cool.
Friday.
Yeah.
Love
But
it.
we had a really good time.
She's
Saw a
nice.
lot of good people.
I told her
Met a lot of people. Got to talk, have good conversations overall. So that was fun. And then we had vacation afterwards, which was good. So we went to Houston. It was good. We went to Houston and we went to Schlitterbahn, which is a big water park out there.
In Galveston.
Yeah, that was fun. All of us got a little sunburn from that, so that was
Yeah.
Little,
a little,
I got tan.
a lot.
very.
Yeah, and then we went to one of those all-day arcade again things, like we did in
This one
Orlando.
was $12 though.
Oh, dang.
$12, and we had a great time. We were there, not just like for a couple hours like we were last time. We were there all day long.
I
I think if we had more time, we probably would have gone all day at
think
that.
so.
Did they have as many or more games?
I
They
think
had
they
about
have
the
less.
same.
I know. I think they have less games just because the space in Orlando was so much bigger
Yeah,
than this
but
one.
That was cool.
they had less new games and more like old
Yeah.
Like-
games.
Yeah,
Like Pac-Man.
and
Oh, yeah,
Dig
lots of-
Dug and Centipede.
We
Galaga,
found
yeah.
we found one game.
Mhm.
Dad came to us sometime during the day. He's like, "Wait, I have to show you something." And he came. We went all the way to the back, and there was this old track and field game that all of us played for I played for like a solid hour after he had already decided he was done with it because it was so hard. It was so fun though. So yeah.
I got
So
a high
good
score on a basketball game, and it was like 8 people watching me at a time just play it.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like this. And I got 97 points in 45 seconds.
Wow.
They're like,
Yeah.
who's this white boy over here?
There you go.
So, okay. Evan, did y'all go on any trips? Well, Did you? Or
We're
y'all
going to
planning?
Disney next week.
Yeah.
This week.
What are
3
you
days.
excited?
3 more sleeps.
Is it weed?
But
or
Evan's
no?
unfortunately
It's
not.
not. It's not weed.
It's
you.
them.
It's you.
It's not.
but you got like a tournament like you're planning for.
But
Like a
you're
softball.
going to Chicago.
I'm going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
I think it's the. I think it's
What?
the Victoria's. Chicago. Chicago.
Her rendition, Trina's rendition was so bad, but it's so iconic.
Right.
So iconic.
Okay, sorry.
What are you doing in Chicago?
We're going to watch the Cubs play Boston.
Mm.
You're
Nice.
Cubbies.
That's awesome.
Beth Moment will be there. Like she's like,
Mr. Pretty Hair himself.
I sprayed from my bed. I'm Beth Mowens. I'm gonna go watch the
oh,
Where's the Beth Mowens?
oh,
We all
hey,
know.
hey. I gotta tell y'all this story. So like back when we were in the youth, me, Evan, and Emma, right, we like rode the bus to Orange Beach.
Okay.
And
I think this
It was
was on
only
the way
bad.
back.
yeah, this was
This was all. This is whenever we were all able to fit on our small bus.
Mm.
That's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Rush started the whole thing, and then he was playing with the mic thing, and then I wanted to play with the mic, so I
Oh, it's
did.
on like the intercom?
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
bus.
This is on a 15-passenger bus too.
Yeah.
You need an intercom apparently.
Everybody was entertained. It was fun.
It was entertaining.
Yeah, I pulled out every impression. The Beth Mowens. Everybody died at the Beth Mowens. It was awesome. We had fun.
Wait, is that the announcement? The announcement?
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta make that Dutch.
oh, okay, I understand.
Wow.
I understand now.
Yeah,
Wow.
but yeah,
That's funny.
that was fun too. That was fun.
Okay, so
What
only
I
love
Smart
Water.
Oh. I don't know if y'all heard like, but like a lot of strange stuff has happened like in the youth. So this one time, and Evan, like you, like remember this. Like we're talking about Rush. He used to get on my nerves. a lot. Okay.
I can attest.
So
Hey, Rush.
I don't know if he watches these, but I'm
We'll
gonna tell.
see. We'll see how
So,
Sunday goes.
but like now, like me, me and Rush are cool now, but back then we were
Good.
not so good. So here's what happened.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so this one night, me and Mason were sound asleep in our beds. This was at 12 o'clock in the morning. Rush came in, music blasting, saying, "Well, wake you, everybody!" And he woke us up, and I was mad. I was ticked, and like I got up and I got dressed, and I checked my phone. I'm like, "It's 12 o'clock."
He didn't just get dressed. He got his pants on, shirt on, buckle, or his belt on,
And I'm like,
shoes slipped on. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
He brushed his teeth
And I'm like, it's midnight.
That's incredible.
Like, he was fully ready to go for the day.
Oh,
And then he checks his phone. He doesn't wait. He checks his phone after he's fully ready.
and I'm like, is it time to get up already? And then I look, I just fell asleep.
I'm in the room straight across from his bedroom, so I'm just laying there. Rush opened the door and let us watch and listen to the whole thing.
So you let it happen, Evan.
It was 12 o'clock at night.
I do not like to be waking up at midnight.
That's aggressive.
Oh, and another thing, so like I don't know if we were on this trip, but like I did hear Claire say, so like I think the same thing happened with them.
But it's
Oh,
been
we
were on
that trip.
Yeah.
Yes, so like
What?
Rush
She thought it
trumpet horse playing.
This was the same trip. By the way.
Oh, this was the same.
It was the same trip. It was that next morning.
Yeah, he played trumpets and he was like, Isabel. She was like, it's the end of the world, take me now.
She could have thought Jesus was coming down. She was like, Lord, take me out. And she's like, oh wait, Rush, you're still. It's Rush. Like I bet she was like, Jesus, it's time. Oh wait, it's Rush. Dang it.
You might get. Well, you won't be with us.
Oh.
Yeah.
The younger kids might experience it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Better
Yeah,
watch.
that's the best time to hate him.
Yeah.
So, okay, I actually have a story. So this one time I was on a bus, and I was with Trent Blackman in the back of the bus.
Oh my gosh.
and he had a phone. He had a flip phone, right? So I was like 8. I was like 8 years old, right? So we're at the back of the bus. We're going to children's camp, and he's like, "Hey guys, we should prank call our children's minister." I said, "Okay, I got it."
Is she at the front of the
She's
bus?
at the front of the bus.
Oh my gosh.
So, like, Shari's him, whatever. I call her, right? Mind you, the pastor is also on the bus. So I start doing my spiel. I'm like, "Howdy, I'm trying to sell you some cows. I want her to go on any cows," because that's the only thing I knew, Anyway,
At 8 years old.
Yeah, 8 years old. So I'm talking about these cows, and she goes, "Here, let me. I think my dad would be more interested in this. Let me let you talk to him." So she hands the phone over to Brother Rick,
The pastor.
the pastor, and I start trying to sell him cows because I'm like, I'm deep in it now.
You know that they got phone caller ID on this. They know whose phone this is.
Yeah, we got in so much trouble afterwards. They call it on the intercom. They're like, "Guys, please don't prank call anybody on the bus anymore."
That's insane. That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Bless
guys.
your heart.
I gotta say this. Like, even though these cups say the weekend starts now, it is not the weekend
It
yet.
is Monday.
It's Monday.
It is Monday.
That's
The weekend all the time for me. What are you talking about? It's the weekend all week.
See what you did there.
Okay, let's go
I really thought that
into.
I promise I've told you that story before.
I have. Yeah. big
All
box.
right, all right. Next topic. Anybody got any cousin stories? Any funny? Anything that y'all remember from growing up?
Well,
I remember
From our
I
childhood?
think the biggest moments for us, for all 8 of us, Reed also, would be all of the snow days that we've had.
Oh yeah.
Which I say all of the snow days like it
Yeah.
happens often.
Evan,
It's
were you here? Did
once
you say
every
that?
couple years. He
Yeah.
actually ended.
Yeah. like later on in the week.
That
all the
last
snow was
day.
melting.
Yeah, the last day.
Yeah.
Sandy, the snowman.
Right.
Sandy the
I
Snowman.
love that
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the
So no, because it's so rare that we have the day, but we purposely got ourselves snowed in over here. Y'all were already over here. You were already over here,
Yeah.
so we got ourselves purposely
Yeah,
snowed
I
in so
heard
we could
from
have a
that.
time.
I've got a good cousin story.
Okay.
What you
I
got?
gotta hear
So
this.
one day it was my birthday and we were having a party at Extreme Air. Me and Evan were in the super trampoline area, if you've ever been there for the viewers
I was there.
watching. And Evan's having a grand time. He's jumping. He hits his back. His arm goes into the thing, and he's laughing, right? And then he pulls his arm back out, and his elbow bone is up here. And I'm like, so I full sprint, go get the parents, and then bring him back. Yeah, his arm's broken. And then,
This was in the
That
first
was
10
your
minutes
12th
of the party.
birthday, and like we were planning to go to the lake right after
We were
that.
taking Emma to the
Plans
lake,
changed.
and Emma was like,
I'm sorry,
"Don't get her."
Tyler.
So
Right. I was going to.
A
Oh,
little-
I was
a
working.
little
I was-
backstory to that.
settle back.
Emma was still at the house
Right.
when they came to pick me up, right?
We were planning to go.
She
to the lake.
goes, okay now, be safe and don't do anything stupid.
Right.
Right? Okay, we get there. Getting out of the car.
Yeah.
Aunt Lori proceeds to say, alright y'all, be safe. Don't get hurt.
Right.
Right?
Right.
We're probably, we were what, 30 minutes to an hour
I don't
into
even
it?
think
We
it was
were
that
10
long. We were
minutes
like
in.
I don't know about
That
that.
was already just started.
No, because we still had time for dodgeball and all of that. Because we had played dodgeball
Okay, I
before.
guess so.
Yeah.
But
We
it was
had-
still early.
it was still early
Yeah.
into it, right?
Early.
So
party's just now getting started.
the injury happens. I walk out the door with,
And I saw
Uncle
the dog,
Jim.
I was like, oh my god.
we went straight to the hospital. He calls my dad. They go, or he tells them that I had dislocated my elbow. My parents were furious at the time because they thought I threw it out when we were playing dodgeball because they had
Right.
seen video. of it.
Because at the time, Evan was playing baseball. So we were focused on making sure that his arm was okay for baseball.
So after all of this happens, they show up to the emergency room. Everything's, going not according to plan, but everything's it's processed. And as I'm laying there in pain in the emergency room bed, my mom proceeds to do this. Not once, but twice.
Took a picture of your arm.
Oh, she took a picture of me standing, laying here like this.
So Nicole.
I
Yeah.
love that.
It was great.
Well, we proceeded, while you were in there, we proceeded to have a great time.
Oh yeah.
I
The
was
party
watching.
didn't stop. The party.
Yeah.
party
I was
Stop for about
I
5
was looking
minutes.
after Reed
and
and
then whenever
Ash,
you left.
and then I saw you walked out, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh, he didn't walk. I vividly remember seeing him.
Oh yeah.
Right.
No,
me?
No, him.
No, me.
Oh,
He went
Oh, he
running.
No,
He
I bolted.
He's gunning.
He
Right.
booked it.
No, I
I'm telling you, you and Ash can run super fast. I'm telling you that.
And I had just
Gone.
gotten my permit that day too. Let's
Oh,
keep
I didn't
that.
know that.
I got my permit that morning
Hey, this is how you learn.
because
how to
it
drive
wasn't
by
the
hand.
12th.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It was July 29th when we actually had that party.
Wow.
I didn't remember that.
Because that's the same day I got my
There you
permit.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
And I had just turned 15 2 days before that.
Wow.
It was a great
Party.
Yeah.
It's a great party.
Wow.
And now nobody's allowed back.
Well,
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think we're not allowed. We just choose now.
We just
Oh.
choose places.
Ashley's definitely.
Ashley,
allowed.
are you allowed to go?
Absolutely not.
How many? What does your mother say whenever you ask?
You don't
For
know.
the 355th this time, you're not allowed to go.
And what does she always bring up after that?
Evan.
Yeah, that's easy.
Right.
Look, I was super nervous a couple weeks ago whenever we had that homemade slip and slide. Whenever she asked me to get soap for the slip and slide, I had a second thought of just saying, "Will Lori kill me if I bring soap and baby oil to this thing, and she slips and dislocates her arm right now.
And this
And
was
I
a few
thought
weeks
of you,
ago, right?
and I was like,
Yeah, that was
you know
a
what?
Washington shit.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. And I brought it anyways, and thankfully
And that's
nothing
fine.
happened.
And we had the water slide with you and Tyler, and then like
Yeah.
not too long ago.
And what
we-
killed me
we
was-
went and bought me and Ainsley. We went and bought a water slide and had a whole other water slide.
And
Oh,
what kills
nice.
me was like when you invite people while we were working. Me and Evan and Dad were working on Evans.
I heard about that too.
I hate it when y'all do that, and y'all are out there having fun, cooling off, and we're in there sweating like dogs.
Sure
and,
They're painting, and we're just sitting out there in the
and
sun
we're
in the
like,
water.
really, Ashley?
I was having a great time.
Yeah, we were just sitting out there in our
I mean, you
homemade
didn't have to
sprinkler.
paint. Daddy wanted you to paint.
I didn't want to paint at all.
I mean,
Which-
Okay, moving on.
Hey, Jody!
You're getting thrown under the bus right now.
Everybody's getting thrown.
This is uncut video.
Rush!
Oh, this is going to be good.
Oh, Luke was already getting thrown under the bus. Joe
Chris
was-
is-
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, my mom did.
Ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe to this channel. And please make this video go viral, please.
Fall for that.
So,
Oh my God.
so
We
we can all
definitely
get
had a
paid.
lot of fun times.
I mean, while we don't like often
can we talk about
have
the
like
Virginia
big
trip?
moments like the snow day
With
or whatever.
Alex
I feel like when
Harrow.
snow day.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no!
Hold up.
That first.
Let me. Well, like we don't have like big moments like the snow day all the time. We do like okay. So during the snow day, we've introduced this game called Four Guys on a Couch.
Oh yeah,
Oh!
that was fun.
So it's a game that we continue to play now. Like we try to get as many people as involved. But the funniest thing about Four Guys on the Couch is that Jamie never remembers who she has.
Nope.
Like I mean ever.
And then Emma's over here.
Show that.
Yeah.
Trying to count.
There was this one time where Jamie had a name and she like so her name would get called and she's like, who has that name? And she's like, I have that name.
That's me.
And so
If you don't
she did
understand
this
the
about.
rules, then they don't understand.
I know, but like anyway.
Yeah.
So she does this like 4 rounds in a row. So at this point, everyone but Jamie knew who she had. But the real goal is that only Jamie knows who she has in her teammates. So it's just aggressive, honestly, and mad.
We are all very highly competitive.
Yeah,
Very. I think
And
that
whenever-
just runs in the
That
Peters
runs in the
blood.
family.
From the
Absolutely.
same cloth. All right.
Okay, tell your story.
The Virginia trip?
No, the Virginia trip and then Howard Nana's anniversary when everybody got hit at Mount.
Yeah, I got one thing to add to that story that I clearly remember.
When
No,
we went to
all the
Savannah?
kids.
Yeah.
No, Jamie didn't.
I remember Dustin
Reed
trip.
and Trey
Trey
actually
got
did.
Yeah. Savannah trip was fun.
That
That
was
was between the 6 of us.
Yeah.
Y'all unfortunately weren't.
The Virginia trip was one
But,
of
But we
same
have
thing
our
with the
trips with
Virginia
y'all.
trip, too.
Right.
Yeah. So we tend to, let's see, for us 5, we've gone to Savannah and Virginia for either anniversary
Washington, D.C.
or for
Graduation.
That was for my graduation party. And that was fun, but there's
Oh my
nothing
God.
quite like putting 12 passengers in a 12-passenger
Oh,
van.
that was.
Plus
15.
12 passengers worth of 12 passengers in a 15-passenger van plus 12 passengers worth of luggage for a week.
Yep.
And
Alex
you
had
know
the
the
flu.
quintessential.
Oh, yeah, and I had the flu.
Alex has the flu, so she's sleeping on the floor while everyone else is piled on top of me sleeping.
Yep.
And there's nothing that
Because he
says. Yeah, I know. There's nothing that says, there are too many people on this trip. Or there's so many people on this trip. Whenever you go to a really fancy Italian restaurant,
that's a good
and they purposely
put you
sit
in
you
the back room.
very back of the restaurant where no one can
And
see.
everybody had like black suits on, black dresses, and we're in here with like jeans, leggings, and a jacket on.
Yeah.
And we ordered the least expensive.
And then they're trying to make us
spaghetti
never
bars.
having to keep our elbows off the table. They're trying to tell us to eat with our elbows off the table.
Yeah.
And like we're so used to this.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta put my hands somewhere.
I think we still got what? Did Reed still probably ask for chicken tenders? I bet
No,
they
sure.
He
I
did,
think,
but
I
I think
think
we
they,
went with spaghetti that time.
Yeah,
That was
but
long.
yes, like
I know that we
for-
ended up with cans of Coke and Sprite though. I remember that.
So one thing I remember from the was it was the Savannah trip. So like we were out on the beach, and yeah, like Reed almost got sucked up in a
Oh my-
wave.
Oh, yeah,
Just
I
about.
remember that.
Now, and I'm telling you, I thought we about lost him.
Yeah.
I'm
Y'all
telling
don't
you.
go to the beach very
Speedo,
often.
No, we don't. I don't like the
I
beach.
thought we about
Yeah,
lost.
yeah.
I don't like the beach at all. But
I remember you talking about the skunk and then like whenever a wave would come, you just get down on your hands and knees and then like put your butt at the wave. You called it a skunk.
This is a disclaimer.
I said
We
that.
were all like 10 and 12 at the time.
yeah.
Yeah, this was our first
Oh,
year.
one thing I remember,
Or,
Dad and
well,
Jim were playing frisbee. Dad,
Isn't that Giddy Jim?
you.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Go, just keep going.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Yes.
Dad throws the frisbee. It lands in the water, and Jim starts running towards the frisbee. And Dad's like, "Get it, Jim!" And I die laughing. And we,
Yeah.
that's where "Get Jim" keeps on coming from.
That's great.
It's funny.
I'm gonna say. But that is super fun. We have trips too with y'all. as
Right. Were y'all on the trip?
And this was
Evan
Jim
in
running
the
towards the
backpack?
frisbee like this. He was
well.
like this.
No,
That was
I
just
think that was
us.
just
But
us.
it was told through Marco Polo.
Oh,
yes.
It was told
So-
through Marco Polo.
Right.
So
Oh my god.
we
this
have
was-
a pretty big group
Yes.
that uses Marco Polo.
Right.
Yeah.
I quit using Marco Polo.
It's basically just an instant, you can video, send a message, it's immediately sent to that group,
Blow
right?
up everybody's phone. Ding, ding,
So-
ding, ding.
True.
We were at
That's why I left.
we were at Universal, one of the many trips that we take.
Right.
And
Y'all
it's just me and my mom and dad, right? And this was probably the second day we were there. We're going on a new ride.
But this was like one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. Like this is, no, like
How is it embarrassing for you? So
keep going.
there's lockers for you to put your backpacks and stuff in, right? I was like, I got it. Y'all go ahead. I'll catch up.
So mom,
Hold
dad,
on.
and I were going through the line. Mom keeps constantly like, where is he? He's supposed to be up here. And dad's like, just keep going. We're gonna lose our spot. Go, 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 go. We get on the ride. I mean, like we're to the point where like we're on the ride. Like we're riding the ride, and mom and dad are like, no,
No,
it was mom.
you and dad got on the ride.
Yeah,
Mom stayed off.
mom stayed
All right,
up.
so I was walking, and I didn't like confrontation at the time. Now I don't care.
This was,
But
probably, I mean, we were probably like 13,
I was
14.
15. No,
Okay.
I was at least 15.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
It was sometime after
was your
my,
elbow
yeah.
still
Yeah, it was probably like 14.
It was after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had gone and passed. I was out of everything, and so we were just like, I was like, I got it. Y'all go ahead.
I got
Keep in
it.
mind, I'm 14 or 15, so still fairly young to be out in the open by myself
I
in
know.
Florida
Oh.
at Universal. So
Yeah.
I start walking. I get about halfway through the actual line, and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of asking people to move out the way. I turn around. I go back. I get the backpack out. I'm standing at the end waiting for them to walk out because I know where the exit was.
Oh my god.
So I'm standing there just waiting. Next thing you know, I see all three of them around the corner. And I did
Dad,
not want to see that.
I've never seen dad more upset. There was like a pain. I never. He was like, I'm sorry, he's walking. He's like, Peter, why are you kidding me? We've been looking for this whole time. I mean, like there are people walking by us, and I'm sure my face is turning red right now. My face was so red. I was like, oh my god, these people are gonna like think we're crazy. Like, oh my god, we're gonna get kicked out of this park. Like, what's going on? So I was like, I'm gonna go over here. And dad was chewing Evan out. He was like,
It was
did
not
you
that
realize?
bad.
He was like, do you realize you could have gotten taken?
She thinks it is.
Let
You're
me see.
He told me that, yes.
He was like, do you realize somebody could have taken him? We were looking for him this whole time. Blah, 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 blah. I was like,
And that's what you call
Hey,
Liam
Chris.
Neeson.
Hey, Chris.
Because they can
That's-
take him.
But
Oh
that's
my
where
God.
the greatest
Yeah, I know.
Evans at
And
the
these people, I mean,
locker.
y'all, to
Yeah,
be in
that's
that
a lot.
moment, like, people were walking by us. I'm sure they were like, I was just like, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
in.
So yeah. So then we got a joke and then we were like, we got a joke, and it was like, oh, Evan got lost to the lockers.
Every
Couldn't
time.
find him.
Every time we leave something.
Evan's
Or
still at the
every
lockers.
time.
That has been said a lot of
It's either
times.
it's either you leave something at Universal, and that's Evan at the lockers, or you leave something at your house, and that's the toiletry bag has been
No.
left.
The
Oh.
bathroom bag. Not the
The
toiletry
bathroom
bag,
bag.
the bathroom bag.
Oh, man.
Did you get the bathroom bag?
Jeez, one time we had to go down to Panama City because we were on vacation down there with our
Had
friends. Got to go down, and we get there and we're looking
Oh, wait,
around.
wait,
we're
wait.
like,
Mind you, this is when we lived in Montgomery. So this is a 4-hour trip rather than the 2-hour
no,
trip.
no, we had just moved.
No.
We had just
Oh, we had just
been
moved?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we were looking around, and Mom's like, "I gotta take out my contacts for my glasses." And we're starting to look around, and we realize the bathroom bag is an hour and a half back, sitting at the house.
No.
So we had to drive 3 hours to go get the bathroom bag and
It's
bring it
not
back.
3.
It's 3 hours there and back.
Oh, that's
Yes.
true. It is 3 hours.
So that's one of the good
It was only
I
Dale.
looked at it, Jane.
It was only Dale.
No, we left it in Daleville. We had to go get it.
I'm sure
Back
we
to
have left it at Jane Amy's
Yeah.
before.
Oh, there's been plenty of things left down there.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
I'm
still
surprised-
things
I'm
yet to be
surprised-
found.
yeah.
at Jane Amy's.
Yeah, their house is
surprised
like
Parky-
is huge.
That is fair.
Their house is huge.
Car keys.
Who left their car keys?
Mom did. She lost the car key to the Passat.
That is incredible.
She left it in Abby's room and they threw it away.
Oh!
I was about to
Not
say,
even joking. Like they were cleaning out. They were like, I have a random car key.
Random.
Oh my
I love
God.
That's
Oh,
why I
my
only
rings.
have one key to the car.
So I left my rings one time, but I called them on the way. Like I think I was driving, which is why I didn't want to turn around. I was like 8 minutes down the road, and I called them. I'm like, "Hey,
You're
there's
8
2
minutes
rings.
down the road
I
and you didn't turn
know.
around.
Listen, I had to listen. This was when I was like 16. I was not turning around and going back. Anyway, so I called them. I'm like, "Hey, I left 2 rings in your bathroom. Can you just like hold on to those?" They were like, "Yeah, sure." And I don't know. I haven't lost them yet, so
wow.
I don't know.
We love them.
I don't. I was 16. No.
All right, next topic. Now let's get into y'all's testimony. So Emma, let's start with you. So
You get to
I'm in the hot
you're the
seat.
oldest.
What a switch it up.
well, yeah. So how did you come to know Christ?
I feel like we all kind of have like similar stories. It's like we all grew up in church. We've all been surrounded by it. So I think like I don't know. I mean, I was always just kind of like instilled that like I knew Christ. Like I had a relationship with him starting at a young age. But I think probably like within the past 2 years, especially at college, like y'all know college is hard. So I think I don't know, just being surrounded by like my friends and like actually being on my own, like having to deal with my own problems, like not having my mom and dad with me all the time. You just kind of like lean on him. So
Nice.
Yep, I remember like walking you down the aisle to give your life to Christ. I remember that.
yeah, it
Back in
was
Pleasant Grove.
it was the weekend my mom had to go to Minnesota. Cause my Minnesota, yeah, Minnesota. I
Sorry,
I
Minnesota
went down.
watchers.
I went down and my mom was like, "Are you kidding me? This is the one weekend that I wasn't here to like watch it." I was like,
You know
"What?"
she
Think about it now. I'm like, "What's more important? Like you actually watching it, or like your daughter going to cry?"
You just look at mom and go like this.
But I know her with her camera.
You know she was still
Her
crying.
with her camera, right?
Yeah, tears.
You saved her from tears.
Yeah.
You saved her from tears.
Oh, I'm sure there was still some.
I'm sure there were tears. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
But yeah.
We can't throw Nicole under the bus this much.
Hey, Nicole!
We love her so much.
this video better go viral.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
But
I feel like we kind of, I mean, ours dedication was like around the same time.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
we had our classes
Yeah,
with Miss Wilma and
oh yeah,
I love her.
I remember those days. Yeah.
best day. Those
Oh,
were the best.
I used to I would just love to go to Brother Bill's office, and I always get like big because he always had the.
Yeah.
I was kept on going there like for like.
You take your little plastic cup,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
scoop it in,
Scoop it up.
and you
Gotta-
just eat them.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those were
Oh, I always felt
It's best.
guilty.
And
like,
yeah, like
the first one
every
I
time I
come
walked
in,
in,
it's like John
every time I walked
Mason.
into his office,
So-
and every time when I'm around him, he smells like M&M's. Just saying.
It's true.
Wow.
Him and Miss Wilma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still. Yeah.
Awesome people. I love
What about you?
What about me?
Your
Yeah.
testimony.
Yes.
boy.
I don't know. I feel like it's always been kind of the same. All of us, we all grew up around the church. All of our parents are dedicated to it. Like our dad teaches Sunday school class. Y'all's dad's a preacher. Everybody's just involved in it. Y'all's mom,
Yeah.
VBS, and all that. So
It's just Jody.
Jody's a
Just-
deacon.
Jody's just
Jody's a deacon.
Jody's a deacon.
Okay,
That is
let's-
volunteers.
Everybody's a deacon. All the men are deacons or pastors. So everybody's pretty much involved. So we've all been surrounded by it. Growing up at the same church as
Yeah.
Emma and
Yeah. Tyler. Yeah.
it kind of just gives you a good place to surround yourself to join your walk with Christ. And I don't know, it hasn't always been difficult to start with, but later on in life you really start to get tested for the most part. And there's a lot of things that people might think they can help you with, but sometimes you have to deal with it on your own or just deal with it through Christ and have Him help you walk through it. And if He wants to put somebody there to help you, He can. He has that capability of controlling that stuff. And really kind of just helping with the youth recently for the past couple of years has really been nice, being able to connect with the younger kids, tell them how I view what God tells us to do, and the messages that Joe preaches on Wednesday nights, and then I get to lead the small group for middle schoolers. Just being able to connect with those younger guys who might look up to me or look up to somebody that's older than them. It's pretty nice to have.
That's nice. Yeah.
Nice. Ash, I never got to ask you. So tell us your testimony.
Wasn't ready.
On the spot.
Wasn't ready.
Yeah, this is your first time being on.
This is your first time on the Bro and Gal podcast.
Yeah, I never had her on till now.
Like and subscribe.
Hey, make this go viral.
Oh, okay.
It can be short, short, sweet.
Yeah, same thing. Grew up in church. Parents very deeply involved. Let's see, like March 2020.
He said, "Speak
I'm hearing. I'm trying to think. I'm talking to myself. Hang on.
March of 2021, guys.
Yeah.
Ashley.
Yeah,
I thought it was
got
February.
was
It was
March.
February. It was February. No,
I
it
just
was
read a
February.
picture of it.
How
do you know our
It was like February 29th.
Just
Right.
let us
Keep going. Keep going. You got it, girl.
Sorry.
You got it,
Go
girl.
ahead.
Don't be putting on the spot.
Like in March, not too long ago, like 2021. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But anyways, I got baptized. We had a big celebration.
That picture's still.
And-
somewhere.
Yeah.
Keep going.
You know. I mean, I haven't been through like heartbreakers, stuff like that. Like these people who have like these big old testimonies about how their parents got divorced or something like that. I mean, obviously, I haven't had that in my life, but I mean, there's little things like one of the things I've really struggled with was when I moved schools. That was really hard for me, but through that process, you know, God was like so evident in that, and as I look back, like it's just crazy how He shows up in the hardest of times that we go through and stuff like that. And obviously, I mean, yeah.
That's very well put, actually.
Yeah, like
that was very.
Yeah, like
very nice.
yeah, like when you so you were, me and Dad were at home and like you were in the car with Mom. Y'all had that.
Oh yeah, I
conversation.
could tell you that. So it was a Sunday, and I had practice. I play softball and stuff. So, shut up. So we were on the way back from practice, and we were at the gas station. I remember it, and Mom was like getting gas, and she showed me a video of this girl who had just gotten saved from my from my mom's mom, so my grandma, her church. And so we were sitting at the gas station just talking about it and stuff. And so I was like, okay, like I want to do this and stuff. So it waited till I got home. I walked in and I went and I sat on the kitchen counter, and Daddy and Tyler come walking, and like I swear, I was just sitting there, and Tyler walks in, and he just starts busting out crying, and I'm like, I haven't even said anything, and Tyler, he just like tears rolling down his face.
Because Dad told me.
Yeah, you know,
I
and
was like,
Mom was like, what is that? I was like, yeah.
I'm telling you, I was praying for that moment, and yeah.
He was just like crying so hard.
I was just
It was
happy.
crazy.
It was a great day.
And so then, like, we sat in the living room. I said the prayer, and then it was funny because we have like this like bulletin board, and like put the little letters down on it, like I ask Jesus into my heart. FaceTime everybody, like in the whole world, because yeah.
I think you FaceTime Pastor Eric first.
I did, yeah, and
I remember
then
that.
it was like felt like forever, but I got baptized. We had a celebration, stuff like that. But
How long ago was that?
3 years ago.
I thought it was 2018.
Whenever that
Picture mistake.
What?
yeah, I was
Oh.
saying
Maybe it was.
but I
It
don't
could be
Did
2018.
I just say 2021?
Yes.
It wasn't that. No, it was like far
That was
before that.
2018.
I'll have to go through
But,
and find it, but I don't
But
remember.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, growing up in church, like nothing really dramatic like happened in my life. So I'm just like a little kid trying to learn about Jesus, and we moved schools, and then stuff like happened and stuff. Some bad decisions were made. But then, you know, I walked through the process of like forgiveness or repentance and stuff. And so, you know, yeah,
Good.
there we are.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun. Okay, so a question for each three of y'all like that just gave your testimony. So from the time you got saved to right now, what has God been teaching you?
Oh, Lord.
Do you want just them three to answer it, or do you want everybody to answer it? Just them three?
Just three.
I want to talk about what God's doing in my life.
Well, yeah, like anybody can talk about it. Yeah, this is for
You
everybody.
want to talk about what God's doing in your life?
Am I going first?
Let's go on a circle.
These three.
The circle of the Peter.
Let's see. Well, I think I shared my testimony on
Yeah,
it
like
before.
so just backtrack. So the first time I had y'all on was last July, and that was the night that Nana passed.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the night? Was that the night
Oh,
that Nana
no
passed?
way.
It was July 26th.
Hold on.
We did
Yes.
not do a
Yeah,
podcast,
Yes.
she did pass one on July 26th.
but we did a.
Was that the same night, or
Yes, that was the same
before?
night.
It
was
would have
be-
been the same week. I know.
It was before, like
Oh, the
it was like
podcast
hours
was the same
before
day.
she passed. It was July 26th.
That was a few hours before.
Yeah, I
before she-
remember
I thought
feeling
it was
it.
like.
It was that same.
You were
day.
talking. I thought
It
it was
was
like
the same
after.
day.
I was like, what?
I
There's no way
did not
we could've
realize
done
that was
after.
the same day. That's crazy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, because I remember like wearing that Rambo shirt that night, like that day that she.
Hey,
yeah.
that's hey,
Wow.
memory. The
Traumatic
fabric,
memory.
you know?
I remember.
Yeah,
Like-
I remember that.
That
Like-
feels like those were so completely separate events.
Because
I did
like
not
we
realize this was the same day.
so we were planning on filming for that Wrangler movie, and then we decided to do the podcast.
And then a couple hours
And
later.
so we filmed that like around like 5 or 6, and then
Like a
when then hours went by, then like around like 11 o'clock was
Yeah.
when she passed
I
away.
remember that now. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a long
And
night.
July's next month.
That was insane because we had
It's
to come
been a
to Chattanooga.
year.
It was
Yeah,
like 1 o'clock
that's
when we got
crazy.
there.
It's been a year, like, and yeah, like we stayed up that
Yeah,
whole night
it'll be a year.
till like 4 in the
month and 10
morning.
days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but
Not 10 days. Not like 30 days.
It's
In
June 16th.
July 16th.
She passed away July
no, it was
26th.
July 26th.
July.
Today is June 16th.
So in
A month.
a
in
month
10
from
days.
today.
I
Oh,
said just 10 days.
I was like,
I said
no.
a month and 10
Oh,
days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know.
Okay.
If you got something.
Well, I'm trying now. Now I'm blinking.
I would say.
What God's been teaching?
I mean, that's kind of hard to just really, put the hammer, onto the head of the nail, if that's how the saying goes.
Put the hammer
Sure
down.
it is.
Put the nail onto the hammer.
Put the hammer down.
No,
Yeah,
on the
hammer-
left.
hammer-
Hammer onto the
Nail-
nail.
Anyhow, so it's kind of just been trying to really pray and still figuring out how to pray, I guess, because for me, praying has always been a very difficult thing. because I feel like, I'm just say it. It feels like I'm really just talking to myself, and I'm really trying to. I thought of this the other night. I was like, if the Bible is really God's word, and we don't just say it's God's word, we actually think this is God's language. This is what God is saying to us. If we pray and then we go and read our Bible, that's where the answers come from. It's not just going to pop out of thin air. And that's kind of what I've been thinking and trying to deal with, is being able to hear from the Lord as many different things are going on in each of our lives that people don't know about, and trying to get that and then go from there on to the next. So it's kind of being also able to practice what you preach as well, because I'm the FCA leader at the school, and to be able to talk to kids at the school who very desperately need Jesus, and then to not be able to truly do what I'm talking about is hypocrisy, and I don't want that. So just really trying to figure that out. That's kind of what God's been doing recently, and I'm glad I kind of said that, because I didn't really see it like that before, but now I do. So
There you go.
it sounds pretty
Wow.
good, so.
Yeah. For me, it's been trying to live out a Christian life in the mundane. It's been weird because, up until this point in life, we got a lot of people that are either in college, just came out of college, or working. So now we're all in that point of just starting a new chapter in our lives. Y'all two are not. Y'all don't count. But all of us, everyone else at the
You're going to high
table
school.
is either starting a new chapter, about to finish up a chapter, or we're in the middle of a chapter.
Right.
And so now it's okay, I've heard it said you have to choose God every day and surrender to Him every day, but it didn't occur to me until now what that actually looks like, of what that means to surrender to Him day by day, because it's quite literally day by day. If I don't read my Bible in a day, if I skip a day, that day is so much worse than the day that I choose Him. And then when I come back to Him, I feel guilty all over again because I didn't choose Him the day before. And it makes the day so much harder, especially in the world of education, where things happen all the time that are just so heartbreaking or so hard or make you so angry about different situations, But it's just I have to choose that every single day, and how I do that in the mundane, in just the normal monotonous, I do the same thing every day. What that still looks like for me as a working person that's also a Christian, that also works in public education. So trying to work through that is what God's kind of leading me to right now. Ashley?
I would say right now, or more of trusting Jesus' plan and knowing that His is so much better than mine, and my identity, knowing that my identity isn't in what I do, but in who I am in Christ. So I play a lot of sports and stuff. So knowing that if and when I get softball taken away from me, that softball isn't who I am, and softball is what I do to honor the Lord.
Good word.
So knowing that if softball gets taken away from me, that I'm going to be okay because my identity is in Christ, and knowing that, knowing that, and that,
Good word.
as humans and stuff, we go through waves and get knocked down all the time, and a lot of hard obstacles and stuff. So when those come, when the trials and tribulations come our way of the world and stuff, it's hard, especially as a teenager in today's lifestyle.
Man, you're a teenager.
Whatever. Shut up, right? There's identity again, that stuff, and not being tempted by what other people my age are doing, because it's not right and stuff. And so just standing my ground in who I am as a person, as a Christian, and just trusting that Jesus' way is better than mine, and no matter how tough things get, that in the end, what Jesus has in store for me is so much better than what I'm going through right now and how bad it is.
You just became 10 times cooler in my head, by the way.
Thank you.
know.
Thank you.
That was pretty cool.
I would say something that's probably been on my heart for a long time is probably patience and forgiveness. Patience. I mean, I would like to say, like, I'm a pretty patient person when I'm teaching. Like, the Lord has definitely given me the patience to be like, okay, like, I can be, when a kid comes and asks me a question, like, I'm very patient with them. But outside of the classroom and, like, in my own life, I'm not a very patient person. I'm like, God, I want the next thing. Or I want the newest iPhone. I want the newest car. I want a house. I want a family. Like, I'm not a very patient person in that type of way, okay? Like, I want. And I think the Lord really is trying to, like, tell me, like, enjoy sorry. Enjoy what you have now instead of trying to rush through your life. Like, I always thought, like, I'm 22. By this age, like, I literally saw myself, like, I'm going to be out of college, married, starting a family. Like, that's what I've always wanted. I'll be honest. Like, that's the first time I've actually ever, like, told people that. That's crazy. But, like, in my mind, like, I created this timeline. Like, I want this, this, and this, and this. And I think the Lord is really trying to tell me, like, I'm single. I live on my own. I have my own income. Like, I support myself. I'm a very independent person. So I think the Lord, like, really is trying to tell me, like, slow down. Enjoy the season of life you're in right now. Like, I have no one to worry about. I have no one to answer to. I mean, I'm just living my life. And I think that's, like, one big thing. So the Lord's really, really trying to, like, kind of, like, tell me, like, Emma, just enjoy where you're at right now in life. So.
That's good, yeah.
We talked about that this week. You know,
Pull the mask
Paul,
down. Pull the mask
Yeah,
down.
speak it a little bit. So.
Paul was in, you know, whenever he was going through his ministry, he had this time where he was like, I'm not called to have a wife. You know, I'm
Right.
not called to have kids. And he's like, and if you're not called to have kids, and that just leads you to have less distractions. And I mean, it's one of those things where I don't know. He's kind of been laying that on my heart as well. But more so, I'm like, I don't know. Me, I really have been struggling with my prayer life, right? So I'm really trying to be intentional in my prayers. Like, I get so caught up. Like, I'm really good at praying in front of people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But in my own, like, personal time, I find myself so often being like, Lord, thank you for the day. Thank you for this time. Oh, okay, good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Like, like that kind of thing of like, and more and more I hear this message of like, why, if you wouldn't talk to your best friend like that, why are you talking to God like that? And I continue, and same thing with my Bible reading. Like, you know, I have always known more than every other person in the room. And now we have a new youth director who knows a lot more about it than I do. And that's been a very difficult but good transition for me. I think it's a challenge because, I mean, I had to push myself. I've not pushed myself in years to know more than I do about the Bible. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I haven't had to. I already know more than everybody else in the room. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's been one of those times where it's like, okay, Alex, you actually need to look at yourself. You need to figure out what you're doing to grow closer to God. And I'm in this time where I'm out of college. I'm praying through going back, but there's been no set answer on if that's happening yet or not. And, it really just feels like a time where God's like, Alex, you need to chill out. You need to focus on me.
Right.
And, there you go.
Yeah, I've been in the same situation with college and going and then coming back for a while and kind of just going through the motions without school. And school was good for me, when I was there, but it was also a struggle because classes were hard. I wasn't making free time available for Jesus and all that. And then when I come back, it was kind of relieving not to have the stress of that. And then I end up working as part-time. Then later on, I became full-time, so I was working 4 days a week for 10 hours each day. Still being busy, but kind of having the flexibility of, okay, you have 3 days over the weekend to really focus on God and knowing what path He has for you. And so I've been trying to learn that path for the past couple of years now. Still trying to figure it out. Just started school last semester. Started back doing work, doing school. Still being a little bit flexible with time, making sure that I'm able to help on Wednesday nights, and still also being able to learn more about Him on my own time, so that whenever it comes to maybe one of the students asking a biblical question or needing something explained, I'm capable of that without giving false information or them still not understanding. Mm-hmm. So still trying to learn what place I'm at and where I need to go from there.
Nice.
For me, a big thing for me is patience as well. Just trusting Him and stuff like that. Because like God has really been really good these past few weeks. Like I graduated college, even though I had some doubts,
Congratulations.
and I'm really grateful for that. But still got to pay all that off. And that's a lot. And started to be like, all right, I need a job. And the job came through. Like everything was just like working like as it was supposed to. Well, like you graduate college, you go right into working, trying to pay all this off, and I was wondering like what's the next step? Like, get a girlfriend anytime soon, which I'm not fully patient with it. I'm like, Lord, is this the time, or that kind of thing. And like right now, just trying to be banking as much because
Banking.
I learned the truth
Get that money.
because when you start dating, all that money starts coming out.
That is true. It's true.
And
Is it
Yeah.
true, Evan?
Oh,
Yeah.
You're the only one at this table that's got experience with it. I'm
Oh.
just gonna be honest.
What
yes.
The only current experience.
current
Experience.
But
Yeah, I can attest. It is not
We
cheap.
love you, Clara. We love
We
you.
love you.
You don't need flowers every week, Clara.
She doesn't get flowers.
Oh!
Maybe she does.
Maybe after this episode.
So when I was doing the interview, they were asking me about do I have a girlfriend? I was like, no, and I told them that mom, dad told me if you're gonna have a girlfriend, you need a job. So I got the job. So now just
Now
waiting.
Being
Yeah.
patient.
Ready.
We're in the waiting
I love
season.
it.
Hey, ladies! Tyler's single and ready to mingle.
But there's that, and also trying not to worry about small things or things like that, because this past Sunday, yesterday's service went really well. Both services went really well. But the Sunday before that, June 8th, we had
I tell you that we'll live in infamy.
yes,
It was bad. I'm not gonna
it
lie.
was
quite awful.
terrible. It
We were
was
watching live
horrible.
stream.
There's
We were not there.
there's so much going on. I don't want to explain too much of it, but we had some technical problems, and there was just a lot of frustration on both ends and stuff like that. And we could have done better and things like that. So yeah, like we had to. So like to start with, we had to shut down shut down everything because like things were glitching and stuff. Which we did get things like up and running like right before the service started.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had some problems like in between and stuff like that, and then the next service like was the same thing. We had to shut stuff down and right before the service started, and yeah, we had some technical problems and programs and things like that, and it was just not a good day. It was horrible.
Oh yeah.
I was miserable pretty much the whole day. Like when something bad goes wrong, I'm just miserable the entire day. So then Howard called me, told me to go to Piggly Wiggly to get a tutor. So I did. So at first, this was not funny. Like this, pretty much just made my day even worse. I didn't even laugh at this.
Now we're throwing Howard under the bus?
Hey, Howard!
No.
Hey, Howard,
this-
let me know.
Howard, you're not watching this.
So I was walking in. Then this little dog jumped out of this black lady's car. And she said,
So now we're throwing dogs under buses?
well,
The dog apparently got thrown under the bus.
she starts cussing out this little dog.
Oh, what?
Saying, Peaches, get your back. Just kept on. Kids if you're watching.
PG-13!
Kids. If kids are watching, you like Okay. Anyway, just kept on, and I'm like, I did not want to hear that. It just made my day even a lot worse. But like now, it's funny now. After that Sunday, I told everybody that at Staffing, they all died. It was
Just
hilarious.
the icing on the cake.
It was, but yeah,
Oh my gosh.
but yeah.
If any of you know, once Pro Presenter goes out,
The whole.
nothing else works.
Don't
Yes.
mess with Tyler.
But
Nothing
yeah,
else works.
but like we have gotten better this past Sunday. This Sunday, like the first service went phenomenal. Like we had no problems. Everything went well. So yeah, like we're trying to stay ahead of the game now. But yeah, like with technology, things happen with technology like that you can't control.
Right.
So,
Well, it was fine. I mean, I couldn't tell nothing went wrong.
anyway,
Hey.
but yeah, that's what got me. But yeah, well. Anything else y'all want to add before we close?
I think this is one episode you might have to split into two parts.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking here for, I think, over an
I
hour.
think I finished the
I
script.
think.
Yeah, like we pretty much covered everything.
Right,
So,
right.
yep. If you
First
right now we're into our closing session. So Trey, would you close us out with a verse?
Sure, my face is probably a little red because I was sucking on that cup. So the verse of the day is from 1 Timothy 4:12. I'm reading from the New King James. Let no one despise your youth, but be an example to believers in the word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, and in purity. So
Because
take that as you
showed that.
please.
Wait, can you read that one?
All of
more
us did,
time?
but you showed that.
Let no one despise your youth. So don't let anybody, just because you're young, make fun of you or nothing because of that. But be an example to believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, and purity. So just because you're young doesn't mean you can't show fruits of the spirit to people.
Heard
Yeah.
Very good.
I mean,
We have made it to an hour and 30-something minutes.
You'll-
Let's check.
I think that everybody here showed that pretty well today.
Yeah.
and you'll learn, like there are
I
people
kinda-
younger than you that know a lot more.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
guys.
so innocent.
Like
I kinda wanna
Madison, bro.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank y'all for joining us, and see y'all next time on the Growing Out Time podcast.
So,
Trey?
let's at least.
I thought we were
Actually,
I thought who was gonna close?
Actually, if you pray,
Actually.
Actually,
I'm gonna add
Ashley
Israel
is
in
praying.
there.
Who?
Israel.
Okay.
The country.
Yeah, pray
I'll say that
for-
first so I don't
Pray
forget.
for Israel, our nation.
Just pray for
yeah.
it.
Just pray for everybody.
You got it. You got it, girl. Just pray us out.
Alright. Alright. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for waking us up this morning, Lord, giving us another breath of air, Lord. Thank you for dying on the cross and giving your blood, Lord, so that we can live free today, Lord, and go to heaven one day, Lord. I just pray for Israel, God, and what they're going through right now. I just pray it would be with each and every one of them, Lord, as they face the fears that they're going through today, Lord. And I just pray for the people who are causing that, Lord. I just pray that you would work in their hearts, Lord, and just work in them, Lord. And I just pray for each and every one of us at this table, Lord, whether we're go to work every day, Lord, whether we're going to school in August or whatever it may be, working at a golf course, Lord, I just pray that you would use each and every one of us for your glory and your honor, Lord, and I just pray that you would work evidently in our lives, Lord, and just let us be the disciples you've called us to be for your kingdom, Lord. We love you, we thank you, and we praise you. In your name, amen.
Amen. That was
All
a
right,
good
guys.
prayer.
See y'all next time.
Let's say
That's
the
you.
COVID's over at the same time. And
All right.
yeah, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Go!